The Dabrowski Battalion, also known as Dąbrowszczacy, was a battalion of the International Brigades in the Spanish Civil War. It was initially formed entirely of volunteers, chiefly composed of Polish miners recently living and working in France and Belgium. Because of the relatively short traveling distances, these men were amongst the first to arrive in Spain. The battalion had a strong Polish flavor, and even when towards the end of the war, Poles were heavily outnumbered by Spanish troops. The officers and non-commissioned officers were still predominantly Polish. It fought from 1936 to 1939. It fought with great honor and took appalling casualties. The battalion was raised in Albacete in mid-October 1936. Formation. This battalion was originally part of Brigada Móvil, which was formed 14 to 17 October 1936. The volunteers were grouped by language into 4 battalions to make communication easier. On the 22nd of October 1936, the Brigada Móvil was renamed the International Brigade, with General K. Acute BER commanding. The 4 component battalions were renamed as follows: 1st BN Franco-Belge became Commune de Paris Battalion. 2nd BN Austro-German became Edgar André Battalion. 3rd BN Italo-Espanol became Garibaldi Battalion. 4th BN Polish-Balkan became Jarosław Dabrowski Battalion, commanded by Major Tadeusz Schopman. An entirely Spanish volunteer unit, the Asturias Heredia Battalion, was added after the Battle of Madrid to bring the brigade up to strength. Soldiers. About 5,000 Poles fought in that unit. The brigade was named after the 19th-century Polish general Jarosław Dabrowski. The unit was formed as Dabrowski's Battalion in October 1936. In June 1937 it was reorganized into the 150th Brigade, which in addition to 2 Polish battalions included also a Hungarian and a Belgian-French one. In August it was renamed again to the 13th Dąbrowski's International Brigade. The brigade was demobilized in 1938 but volunteered back to service in 1939. On the 9th of January it crossed the French border and was finally dissolved. Most of its soldiers were interned. Most of Dąbrowszczacy were Polish communists. For the communist orientation they were condemned by the Second Polish Republic, which cancelled the citizenship of many of them. On the other hand, they were portrayed as heroes in the People's Republic of Poland. Many of them served in the Berlin Army, Armia Ludowa and Gwardia Ludowa during the Second World War. Siege of Madrid. By early November, the Siege of Madrid was underway and the need for men was great. The 600-man-strong Dabrowski Battalion, along with the rest of International Brigade, were the first units of the International Brigades to go into action. The Dabrowski Battalion was in the thick of the action at the University City and Casa de Campo, losing 2/3 of its men. It was subsequently reinforced by new volunteers arriving from Albacete and by Spanish volunteers, and reorganized into 3 Polish, Balkan companies and 1 Spanish company. Battle of Jarama. The Dabrowski Battalion, as part of the 12th Brigade, was sent to Jarama, a few kilometers from Madrid, to block a nationalist attack. The nationalist aim was to take the main Madrid to Valencia highway and thus cut Madrid off from Andalusia, where the Republican government was based. The fighting was ferocious, with all 5 international brigades engaged along a continuous front. At Jarama, the battalion was commanded by Joseph Strechik. During the course of the battle, the battalion lost a third of their effectives. Order of battle: the Dabrowski Battalion served in several brigades. As its numbers were reduced by casualties, it absorbed various other reduced international battalions, supplemented by Spanish conscript companies, but it never again reached full strength.